nice to people and nobody does anything. I always go to everybody's birthday party and nobody shows up for mine. I go to everybody's trips and don't nobody come to my trips.
You knew that person couldn't give you back what you gave in.
You're not observant enough and you talk too fucking much. And I fill up the space. Next thing you know, I done created 5 good people. These wouldn't even pee on me if I was on 5. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Bree Ward, and I am here today talking about yet another self-help type of topic, because today I was making a TikTok and I had a thought in my mind and I just thought it was super important to share it, or it could be vital for somebody. Like, I'm not sure who, but it might be you. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if that's what you want to do. Anywho, so y'all, I was making a TikTok and it's a trending sound right now that says,
and everyone in the world is boring.
Everyone's boring.
Everyone's boring. They're all
Everyone in the
boring.
world is boring.
Everyone is.
They're all just boring. And the first freaking thought I had in my mind was, damn, that's how I feel when you decide to shut up in a room. For a long time, the person that will come in the room and I just have so much energy. I'm just interested in like entertaining people, making people smile, making them laugh, and invested into how they're doing. And then I want to leave the room, making sure they have good feelings from me, because you never know how people's days are going. So that used to be, I wasn't even intentionally doing that. It was just something that I naturally just did. Like, hey, how's your day going? Like, what's going on? Like, we're gonna have a deep conversation. I'm giving so much of my attention. So basically, I was vulnerable, which made people become vulnerable. So I was giving a lot to spaces. So I'll bring my personality, I'll bring in my listening ears, I'll bring my motivational mouth into the room, and whatever. And I'll bring my goofiness and my personality. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But what I did notice that was actually super startling for me, that when I got quiet in certain relationships and in certain rooms, there was nothing else in the room. You know what I'm saying? It was the most quiet and unfulfilling feeling ever. I really feel like the world is based off of our perception. I think we all know this. Like, perception is like your thoughts, your energy, your ideologies. Like, we view the world based off of our perceptions, right? And sometimes if you don't really have control of it, you'll you'll push your perception on to other people, like, stuff that you've been through, trauma that's unhealed, or mindsets, ways you were raised. You will push it on other people and you'll start to view them that way. And that's the part that I really want to talk about, because I literally want y'all to stop doing that. I think that at this point in life, everything needs to be observed. Like, at least 20-30%. You should be going into spaces a little bit more curious as to what everybody else has to offer. Like, not in a credentials type of way. And you should in certain instances, but right now we're talking about like energies, and you want to get yourself in a space where you're receiving, and you want to make sure that the relationships around you are also as nurturing as you're nurturing. And sometimes when you have good energy and you got so much in your body that you want to give, you got so much love, you got so much generosity and things that you want other people to have, you tend to fill up the spaces with that, with people who are not deserving of it sometimes, people who some people who don't even value it or will see it as essential. And so you would tire yourself out and get depleted because you're extending a part of yourself, your perception, your understandings, your likeness to other people, but they might not necessarily deserve it or want it. So be more observant in spaces. Every time you go into a space with somebody, you don't have to try to be the best version of yourself for them. I feel that is sort of people pleasing. I think people pleasing is weak. The reason I think people pleasing is weak, because if you dim yourself down to just the satisfaction of a couple people or a person, then it takes away your value. It takes away from your true satisfaction in yourself, because your happiness and joy will only extend to that person. So back to the main point. Going to spaces, seeing what people have to offer. Like, I know that I mentioned in the last video that we have to start disqualifying people. Maybe it wasn't the last video, it was one of the videos. You got to start disqualifying people who are not qualified to be in your space. And the way that you can start doing that is to sit back and be quiet. Everything you don't have to always talk. You don't have to always relate. You don't have to always entertain people. You know, the less that you talk sometimes, the more you realize what people's intentions are in your space. You see what they have to offer. So say for instance, a person is, first of all, somebody can be depressed. Let's be real. So if you was dating a person and they're depressed, they're unmotivated, they're unhappy, and you're a generally happy person, motivated and ambitious, you're going to always go into the space with that person like giving that. You're like, hey, oh my God, get up and go to the gym. You know, write your goals down, save your money. Like, you're going to be that. And you're not even going to realize that after so long of the person not being that, after so long of the person not following that, you're going to realize like you're losing energy. Because that person had character traits and signs of not being that type of person. And because you had hope in your brain, you held space in your brain, the desires, your perceptions of what you wanted, you put it on them, which is, I think, is bad too. But that's not what we're talking about today. Your perception of in your head of how you think the world's supposed to go, you put it on them. And then you brought so much noise to the room that you didn't see what they, like the state that they were at. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't see that person was showing signs that I am inadequate to be in this space. I'm not interested in it. Like, I'm not the person that's gonna wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym and write my goals down. I'm not like that. But you're not hearing that because you're like, I know what I want. I want this person to be this way because blase. And all of this doesn't mean a person is good or bad. It doesn't mean that a person, it just doesn't mean a person is good or bad. It's just simply like being more of an observer and seeing what people are actually offering and knowing when to place your offerings and not just going into rooms with boom. I used to wonder why people just fucked with me. Like, to be honest with you, I used to seriously be like, damn, why every time I meet somebody, they be like, it feel like I've known you so long. Like, it feels like you are, you're so sweet and open. And I realized because I walk around vulnerable, I walk around carrying so much goodness into rooms because in my head, in my perception, I'm not saying all people are good. It's a lot of good people out here. And so I don't walk around guarded, and I should. I walked around very just aloof because in my mind, it literally be peaches and cream. I wake up every single day happy. I wake up and I reset. I sometimes even forget what had happened the days before. And shit, I don't know if it means I need to go to the doctor and check on that or if that's just a blessing. But at the end of the day, like, my perception, my head is like a garden. It's like a garden of Eden. It's like beautiful, like flowers, oceans, peace, fun, and joy. I got like this underlying tone of like, I like everything to be like this. I really don't like problems. And that's not good because I'll suppress them and kick stuff under the rug. I'm learning how to handle problems and handle things in life without running from them. But I digress. I realized that I brought that to the room a lot of the times. And when I would have a bad day, do you know how scary and traumatizing it is to have a bad day and you have, let's just say, a group of friends or, you know, you go around people that you've been loving and been knowing and they have nothing to contribute to the space. But you know what? Where you place your blessings is not gonna always be where you get those blessings. Do that make sense? Like, just because you get good energy somewhere does not mean they're gonna be the source of your good energy. I just had another like mental awakening. So I'm really not sure where to go with this, but all I know is just I want y'all to become more observant. I want y'all to become more observant of people. Be more observant of and aware of what people are contributing to spaces. That way there isn't an imbalance. Like, people have to have tangible things. They have to have like quantifiable character traits that will help you measure them, like qualify them or not. You can't just say, oh, this person was nice, or oh, this person, like a person can bring you a box of cereal in the morning time, and depending on your perception that day, you might think that's the hugest thing in the world, and it's not shit. Let's be for real. Unless you place your value there, which is fine, but then being quiet to help you assess if that's important to you or not, or if that's really something of value that will help you in the future. So I hope that this doesn't go over anybody's head, or I hope that it's clear, because it's super important, I think, because it's a lonely place when you talk so much and you have so much energy, you give so much energy, that when you get quiet and it's nobody to fill that space up. You know, everybody in your life can have their own purpose, and maybe the person that you give advice to, they might not be the people who gonna give you advice back, and that's okay. But you have assessed that in that relationship, and you observed that in that relationship, and you don't expect that in that place. So being quiet will help you move like a chess player and not like checkers. Strategic? Absolutely. Anywho, I hope this helps somebody, and I just had this random thought. And if you have anything that you want to add to the conversation, or you have any topic that you want me to discuss, please put it in the comments, because I actually just enjoy talking, and I do a lot of paying attention to people around me. Y'all, I observe people so much, y'all, and I got crazy intuition. And wait, before I go, I just had to confess something. I'm not even gonna confess it. I just want to say, another thing is, set boundaries with people. It's so important to have boundaries, because, you know, we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about that another day, because I got things to say about that. But if you want to just sustain and be a better person and get what you're actually putting out, stop being a person who's like, oh my God, I'm always nice to people. I'm always nice to people and nobody does anything. I always go to everybody's birthday party and nobody shows up for mine. I go to everybody's trips and nobody come to my trips. You want to know why? Because you're giving so much in spaces that didn't even... First of all, they already show signs that they're not that type of people. So when you decided to go do that with them, or decided to be a part of their birthday shenanigans, or, you know, be their godparent to their kid or anything like that, whatever the situation is, you knew what type of person it was. You knew that person couldn't give you back what you gave in. So now you're sitting here feeling all depleted, and you feeling empty, like nobody giving to you. Start being more observant of people that's in your life and disqualify them people. Like, period. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I just looped back around today, because I have heard this so much of women saying, dang, I had a homegirl where she bought her boyfriend a birthday gift, but she didn't buy me no birthday gift. Duh. Because when you came into that friendship with that girl, you knew that girl was boy crazy. You knew she didn't value her friendships like that. You knew she took more in friendships than she can give. You knew that. So why is you sitting disappointed on your birthday? Find people that are like you and be observant enough to decipher that. Be observant enough to be able to identify who gonna fulfill you and fill you up and like be there for you. And that's it. And take time. Stop rushing into friendships. Stop rushing into relationships with people, because with time you gonna learn a whole lot. That bitch is not your best friend because y'all have a good conversation. She's not a friend to you because she saw something that you have that's good and she wants to latch on to you. That's not no friend. People have to actually show tangible things to be in your life. They have to actually put effort into building relationships and have good character. But if you don't care to have good friends, if you want to be driving yourself crazy for the rest of your life with people, then do so. If you like drama in your life, keep doing that. Talk, make these people whoever you imagine them to be. If that's how you want to live delusional, go for it. It don't work for me. And I know it's somebody out there who it don't work for them either. They couldn't understand. They didn't realize what the problem was. The problem is you ain't really putting people on a chopping block. Simple. You're not observant enough, and you talk too fucking much. And this is a message to myself, because my ass will talk and talk and talk, and I'll fill up the space, and then next thing you know, I done created 5 good people. These motherfuckers wouldn't even pee on me if I was on 5. Anywho, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Bye.